Alrighty, guys, so we're running a little aftermarket Chinese radio with a backup camera to this 2005 Saturn Ion. As you can see, I have the camera there. I'm going to run the wire in officially here in a second, but I ran the ground here. This is going to be to my brake light switch, which is here, or my brake light wire, not exactly the switch. So this is going to be the power when the power's on. This is also going to be plugged into that power source there as well. And it just runs visual and the power. So this tells it to come on. This sends a signal to the radio to come on. So make sure you have this plugged into your power source, which is going to be the brake light. Sorry, the reverse light. If you want to check it and make sure, you simply just use your voltmeter, put it on 20 volts, and put one lead to your ground and the other lead to that power source while it's in reverse. It should be no power at all when the key is on, but once you put it in reverse, you should get somewhere around 12 volts, depending on how charged your battery is. Let me take you up to the front. So everything here is pretty basic. You got your ground, you got your power, you got your other power, and then you have your speaker wires. On this one here, we have a parking wire, a parking sensor wire, not to be confused with the park wire. With the park wire, you're going to run that to a ground if you had a park wire. This is not a park wire. This is a parking sensor wire. So this is that wire that tells you like how you're lined up or whatever. So you want to make sure that you're running this to this power source. So when it gets that signal, it pretty much activates the camera and tell it, how to park. So make sure you're linking that here. If you have a park wire, you link it to the ground. Or you can link it to something like your emergency brake switch, or you can do or you can go here and fuse it into the park switch. This is the most convenient. You'll have your video at all times if you run it there. But that's pretty much how the setup works. I'm going to run this wire in throughout the car to the back, and we'll be all good to go. So again, guys, if you're running a park wire, you're running to the ground. If you're running a park sensor wire, you're going to run that to whatever visual connection that you have. Sometimes it could be a little confusing. So this wire is going to connect to your park sensor wire. I hope that helped you guys out. It took me a little minute to figure that out, but like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.